right, we should put on some music or something. Like the mood.
Hey there, welcome to The Magic in the Music. Today we're going to be taking a look at Disney's newest film, Cruella. And since we love music so much, we're going to pay some special attention to the film score and soundtrack. Hey folks, this is a spoiler-free review, so even if you have not yet watched Cruella, go ahead and watch. I promise I won't ruin anything for you. Cruella features an original score by Nicholas Britell and a soundtrack of 1960s and 1970s classic songs, which are woven throughout the film. It incorporates music by The Doors, Queen, Blondie, The Clash, Ike and Tina Turner, and many, many more. It also features an original song, Call Me Cruella, by Florence and the Machine. And this one's actually played in the end credits and not incorporated into the narrative of the film. Call Me Cruella has deliciously decadent vocals, sliding and slurring, perfect lockstep with the character, but honestly, it's just right for Cruella because she's a quintessential over-the-top character. I think that the decadence of that kind of rock style feels absolutely perfect for her. So this was a great choice. Director Craig Gillespie uses the classic 60s and 70s music to set the tone for the film and really set the tone for every scene. Typically, each musical cue begins with a classic song which is brought to the forefront at first, often with the lyrics which are matching the narrative or the general mood of the scene. And then the action of the scene begins, and Britell's original score typically takes over, incorporating elements of the songs, but turning to a more orchestral symphonic sound. This formula is followed many, many times throughout the film, but it actually works really well, so it wasn't tiresome for me. I think if you made several films in the same style, it might become a little bit repetitive, but for this, it worked well. This is, in fact, a heist movie. So there are several episodes of suspenseful intrigue and action that are kind of set up in this same way. I also really enjoyed the balance in this film in terms of the audio level. So this is more of an audio engineering kind of thing. The music supported the action, but it didn't overwhelm the diegetic or in-film sounds. So that was something that really I appreciated, and I was worried that it might overwhelm it, but they did a good job with it. The original score by Nicholas Britell has kind of a melancholy sadness to it, but it often keeps the understated rock elements in it. For example, you'll hear electric guitar, electric bass, tambourine, different vocal elements, and piano, but it often falls back on the strings for the real emotional gravity. It tends to alternate between moody and period-appropriate music and then fast-tempo rhythmic elements that drive the action. There are several scenes which have no music at all. And these are many of the pivotal emotional moments, so obviously that was a strategic choice. This was used most often when there were characters who were being honest with each other or with themselves. I noticed this occurring most in the scenes with Horace and Jasper, which leads me to the conclusion that the musical heart of this film, it's Cruella. It's all centered around her, and rightfully so. She's the lead character, so all of the film's music really radiates out from her, and it reflects her experience and her emotional state. In fact, this film is really very tightly focused on Cruella, and there's hardly any scene at all without her in it, which I enjoyed. In a time when Hollywood blockbusters can suffer from tremendous scope creep, that is growing just bigger and bigger and bigger, so many characters to keep track of, I'm talking to you, Marvel. It felt really good to have a tight, clean focus on one character throughout the film. Lover or hater, Cruella is the star of this show. This film actually had some really good plot twists and turns that I enjoyed quite a bit. While I was able to call one of them while watching the film because I kind of saw it coming together, there were other ones that were really, really delightful surprises. So overall, Cruella actually exceeded my expectations. I'd really expected kind of a cartoonish villain in this film. Maybe that was because I had just watched the 1996 live-action Disney version of 101 Dalmatians, and I was envisioning a slapstick physical comedy version of Cruella, where she's dripping in molasses and falling in the mud and all those things. This film really actually made me want to cheer for her. I was pleasantly surprised. Director Craig Gillespie created a fun, energetic ride through 1970s London with a score that transports you back in time and supports the narrative quite well. I'll even forgive the super awkward movement of the largely CGI Dalmatians in this. Look, it's way better than the CGI in the 1996 film, and at least the dogs are a minor side element in this story, but it's still kind of weird. So when I saw that this film was rated PG-13, I actually had some reservations about letting my 7-year-old watch it. I was concerned that it might not be appropriate for her, but she was already really pumped up to see it. I didn't realize that it was PG-13, so she was already excited to see it. So I warned her that it might be a little bit scary, and she still really wanted to watch it. So we watched it together. I am happy to say that my 7-year-old daughter had no problems at all watching Cruella. One of the great things about watching this on Disney Plus is that we were able to pause and discuss a couple of the moments that she had questions about. That's something I could not do in a movie theater. Overall, I'd say it's fine for older elementary kids and up. My compliments to Disney Plus for offering this as an option on Premier Access. As a busy parent, the flexibility that this affords me is well worth the cost, $29.99 for Premier Access. And it's a lot easier and less expensive than seeing us in a theater. I know some people are critical of that extra payment model, but for us, it really is worthwhile. So in the end, the film Cruella is really not bad. She's certainly one of the most loved Disney villains, and this film is definitely going to grow some new fans for her. Is this a film I'm going to watch over and over again? Probably not. Was it a fun way to spend 2 hours with my kid? Absolutely. Is it a score I'll buy and listen to? Actually, I think so. If you're interested in checking out the original score by Nicholas Britell or the soundtrack with 1960s and 70s popular music, check out the link in the description below. Tell us in the comments if you've seen Cruella yet, and if so, what did you think? Will you pay $29.99 to watch this on Disney Plus, or will you wait until it's part of the regular service on August 27th without the premium access fee? Let us know, and be sure to check out our other videos on Disney, music, DVC, and family fun. We would love for you to come check out our channel and stay a while. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, everybody.